Hello, streaming to live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Thursday, March 5th, 2026, and it's day number 325 wearing the incredible X39. And I want to talk about my choices and not my choices. And today's workout will be 9-minute warm up, shoulders, rotator, and traps. So, the topic of my choices and not my choices. Well, one of them is this guy right here. Real salt. And the reason why I say this is one of my choices is because this is not my choice anymore. This is called Crealkaline, pH correct creatine monohydrate. So, as you can see, this, I don't know if you can tell, this guy is not opened. See if you can see the label. You see the plastic here on the blue? This is now past its expiry date. You can see March 3rd, 2025. So I've had this for a while. And the reason why it's not one of my choices anymore, because I wanted to do an experiment on myself. And that experiment was to figure out if there is a dirty little secret with this creatine monohydrate. This one's called Crealkaline. So it's buffered. It says here, pH correct creatine monohydrate. Clinically proven, the original purple cap. And it's got a patent associated with it, so it's patented. So you can't tell how it's made. So it begs the question, how is creatine monohydrate made? Well, a little birdie said, creatine monohydrate. When sodium sarcosinate and cyanamide are heated, aka pressure cooked, so heated and pressurized, they turn into a liquid. When people say it worked, it does because it's a form of salt. Do I believe this to be true? After switching strictly to this, from this, could it be a dirty little secret? Could it be a dirty little secret? Especially when creatine requires water. Now, when you're drinking the cleanest and most absorbable version of it, would it increase this or this, the effects of it, either of them? I asked the question because is it a dirty little secret? Oh man, could it be? And I have been asking myself this question for a while, and when I saw the little birdie saying, yeah, it's probably what I suspected, and I believe it's true because my results are more or less the same. When I say results, I'm talking about this result right here. The muscle. Is it the same? It is. So, are you being bamboozled? Spending your hard-earned money on salt. Could it be that bad? That evil? They always say, if you have a secret, never tell anybody, because then you learn the opportunity to make this. If everybody knew, nobody makes money. But if you want the cleanest and most absorbable, you have to make it. You have to buy the machine. So I'm going to place the X49, which you see here. This is now day number 16, I think. 16. Had a pinch of salt already before I came down here. And now I'm going to continue on with Thirsty Thursday. But this book here, Barbara O'Neill, sustained me. Smart lady. I've got a lot of respect for you, Barbara, if you're watching. One thing, I've gone through a couple, a few chapters, just kind of fast forwarding and just looking at some of the topics and what you share in this book. And if there's one thing I see consistent, it's water. Water. I'm fairly certain she knows the importance behind it. Does she drink the cleanest and most absorbable? I would sure hope so, because there's something to be said when you do. Now, does it help glue everything together inside the body when you combine real salt that has 3 forms of magnesium and how many different minerals that the body needs with that of water and good proteins, balance, and exercise, which is sustain me as an acronym for a variety of different things. E at the very end is exercise. It's one of the pieces that's necessary to unlock your bioenergy and your health and to maximize your longevity. Because I live in northern parts of North America, when the winter solstice comes along, that sun is not around. And the tool I use for that to offset that is this, because it triggers that vitamin D process activation, photobiomodulation inside the body. Can it help you if you're lacking sunlight, working night shift all the time? It can. So use it. Know what's available to you and use the tools. Barbara also talks about electromagnetic fields, which I have talked about as well. Can they be harmful to the body if you overexpose yourself? The answer is yes. So if you're looking at red light devices, they are very high electromagnetic fields. And a light emitting diode, when you view the wavelength, the electrical wavelength with an oscilloscope, it's not very good. It's not very nice. So can it match the wavelength that this produces against the body? This is organic materials that reflect the light that your body emits versus exposing yourself to an electromagnetic field that's very distorted. So be careful with your choices. I'm not in support of more EMF stuff. You know, this is one of them, right? So what you see on my phone is the you see on the screen. That is the exact time. So I'm as real as a heart attack when you see me on the screen, and when I'm doing my thing here. The exercise as one of the pieces to sustain me, along with a lot of the other things that you see in this book. Make good choices to help you live well, live long, and to live young. So, you can find some of those choices right here. If you scan this QR code that I'm going to show on screen here, it'll take you to where you can place an order. This is a tool that you can use. The X39, as you see on the screen, is what activates the GHK-Cu peptide in the body, which we all have. And the X49 activates the AHK-Cu peptide. They're apples and oranges. They're different from each other. So can you reap the benefits if you place an order? You can. If you're just looking at the X39, well, then you can just scan this QR code and it'll take you there. And if you want to experience the benefits as you see on the screen, there's multiple, and there's more. There's more than just that. However, if you go back and look at some of the previous live streams I've done, you can see some of the benefits that people have experienced from the use of the X39. Pretty remarkable stuff when you drill down into the details associated with that. So, can it help you? You don't know until you try. Can you power your body the best? Yes, you can. Right there. Scan that QR code and it'll take you there. So without further ado, let's begin today's workout. I'm going to start with a 9-minute warm-up. And it's going to be shoulders, rotator, and trap today. So yesterday was leg day, and I made the legs scream quite a bit here. So if you watch the replay, you'll know I was in quite a bit of discomfort. And I chased that. So, am I feeling that discomfort today? Yeah, I feel the glutes. I feel it. But I slept well, and I also ate well yesterday, so to help with my body's ability to recover. So, that's good. I'm going to set the tempo at 1:45 today, I guess. That should be fast enough. And let's start with warm up. There we go. You see my heart rate there. And let's begin. One of the things that Barbara talks about is the rebounder and how good it is for shaking cells inside your body. This is my version of the rebounder. And I like this because it forces me to really that was good. To improve my coordination. Sun is shining today. So we got some natural light down here. I tried to do a double under right away with the crisscross. One of the benefits of drinking the water I do is the increased levels of oxygen in the body. And it's really noticeable. When I skip. And when the levels start to drop is when my heart rate goes up. Because my breathing rate is not very strong all the way through up to that point. And I have been wanting to prove this to you by showing how the VO2 Max equipment would record that. And I know it's happening, but because you can't hear my breathing rate that well, I bet if I wore a wireless mic or something you would hear it. But then it becomes more I don't know, what do you call it? The wireless receiver would bounce, and just an inconvenience. I could do it. But I prefer to have the data, actually, to really demonstrate that. Oh, really? My goodness. Tomorrow is going to be the Feel It Friday workout. at the 6.5 minute mark. That's in 15 seconds. Gonna increase the intensity. Finish off the warm up with doubles and running steps. There we go. Ready? One. Felt good today. Okay. I can start to sense the activation from the X49. Starting to sense it now. I know what that sensation is when I can smell it, and when it happens, it's so distinct for me. I know it's happening. All right. You can see my heart rate has stabilized. I think I have a lot more oxygen levels inside my body today. Just thinking about what I ate last night. Which was, I remember had pasta last night. Kind of a hamburger helper type pasta meal. So that's what I ate last night for dinner. And had some popcorn as well. Just some hot air popcorn. And then for today's bar hang, which I'm going to do momentarily here, I have put some non-slip stuff here. You know, like cut some of this off here. This is those, I use some of this to help my bar here from turning in the fabric. So we'll see how this affects my score today, if I experience a change. Alright, so bar hang it is today, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I was hoping you could probably hear the fabric moving. So I try to make sure I'm making a J like this, holding the bar, but this thing's still, this foam that's on the bar looks like this. It keeps spinning. So I'll show you here. See this foam? It just spins on the bar. So slowly but surely I'm building that strength, that grip strength, and I'm gonna get there. Get back to holding the bar, holding myself on the bar for 2 minutes. So first exercise for shoulders today is going to be the face pull. This is one that I like to do largely because it helps with correcting your posture, which is very good for a lot of people who probably work on computers every single day. Need to work on correcting that posture. In this first exercise, that was kind of sliding there. Okay, I just realized I didn't put any straps here onto the bands, and I'm going to crisscross them today. Attach this to the elbow, that's good. This side here is going to go to the other elbow. I just realized. There we go. And of course the remote is over on the desk behind me, but that's okay. There we go. So, with the vibration here, I want the amplitude to move stretch. Oh, wow. Switching in between the type 2 exercise explosives, type 1 isometric holding, alternating between the 3. There we go. Feels very good. Okay. Next exercise is going to be the archer. So I'm going to take the vibration plate off here. Move this down. Whoops. Should probably get something that this slides better on. Next step is to take all right. With this archer version, the idea is to slightly left. There we go. Okay. I just realized I'm going to grab the remote. Probably could have done it without, but so doing it this way, the idea is to focus the tension at the very start, so to get that full range of movement. So here, this is kind of where I kind of would start to feel it. So I can raise the arms up and down like this. Oh, wow. Technically, don't have to switch it. I can feel it in my right side. It's weaker. than my left. So now slightly wider. Wow. Oh, feels very good. Can do like a here, you know, you can get the elbows involved, but to do like a reverse TKE, but it's one thing to squeeze, like a hold something and squeeze it. That's another variation to do it reverse. Probably I should try that, but it's very similar to doing the fly, how I do it. So this is the reverse way. Wow. Wow. Can really feel those. Okay, next up is I'm going to take the red band and take the ankle strap off that red band, and I'm going to attach it here and basically do what I did last week by taking the I used green bands last week, but today I'm going to use the red for this beginning range of motion. Oh, I just realized I need this thing right here. And what I'm going to do is just put the ring through and then anchor this guy kind of like this through it, because I want the carabiner that's on the band to, of course it doesn't want to go through. There we go. Okay, and that's what I want. So somewhere here, like that, and I put the carabiner on there. Okay, now just going to change the position of this just ever so slightly, so that way there's kind of balanced tension on both sides. There we go. Looks good. And then I'm going to take the green bands with a door anchor. There's one. And the second. It's taking a little bit longer to set up. Just all right. Now, putting that on this side, yes, and put this on the elbow. Oh, really? Ah, not what I want that to happen. Okay. Side. Ah, yes, of course you. switch these. So one is going on the left hand, is going on the opposite hand. So, and here we go. So you can stretch, you know, like this to get a full stretch. And then the green bands finishes the movement. Really? Come on. So similar about here is when the greens come into play. It's almost like no rest. Now it's resting when I crisscross my fists. Wow. Oh, wow. I really tried to push through that to that failure. Alright, so that was medial deltoids. Next up is going to be front. So that's where I'm going to change the position of this ankle strap, and I'm going to put it on this green band that'll be behind me. So that's where I'm going to get the part of the front deltoid involved at the very back of the rep. I want it to start pulling here. I like to kind of incorporate the full range of motion on as many exercises as I can to develop the muscle as best as I can. Alright, so that's going to be behind. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Okay. Now I'm going to switch. Because the front deltoid is a bigger muscle over the medial, I'm going to combine the red and green. So that's going to be that side. And then take the other red band off the wall. Take the anchor from the previous exercise, the door anchor, put it on the red band, like this, as you see. Now attach it to the other side. And voila. Now want to be somewhere there. Something like this. Yeah. Something like that, I think. Maybe slightly. There we go. And then I will step on this guy, step on this one, and here we go. Now we're going to do the front deltoids. So here I can feel the green band tugging, and I'm going to press kind of in front and away, up. Kind of gets the chest involved a little bit. Turn it slightly. Feeling that deltoid getting involved. Fatigue is starting to set in now. I'm trying to go as fast as I can to work that type 2 muscle. Now type 1, slow. All right, next up, rotator. So, this one here will be able to switch faster. Kind of the center. Yeah. Now, I'm going to start with the left side today. That's the stronger side. Okay, that's good. I have tension here at this angle or at this distance, but I'm also going to twist. So by twisting here, I have that full tension at the beginning of the rep, and that's what I want right here. And then you hold it isometrically, and you could hear the amplitude from the vibration plate activating that muscle. So it's going, you know, like as it moves through its full range of motion, or full range of movement, should I say. Strengthening the muscle fibers throughout the entire muscle group when it's stretched here. Now some explosives. Wow. Now this way, here we go. Explosive to the balance of the motion. Right. Gosh. Boy. You can hold it out here, farther in front. It's a different angle. Oh yeah. You really feel different. Just the angle itself feels slightly different, which is good. All right. Gonna switch sides. Wow. Okay. Next, trapezoids. So this time, I'm gonna perform this exercise this way. See if you can see the traps. I want to see if you can see it. Alright, orange bands. And then the small anchors, which, where did I put them? Alright, there's one, there's two, okay. So, I'm going to step on the bands here. So I'm using 60 pounds worth of resistance. It's going to be like that. Alright. There we go. So, shoulder shrugs. I can sense the X49. So here, full stretch. Holding it. Full stretch here at the bottom. Now pulling up slightly. Not letting the tension come off. Now relax. Can kind of do it at an angle, or this is more backwards. That's it for traps. I'm leaving so I don't know what you'll be able to, I will be able to see in the replay, but you can certainly see the traps are feeling good. So you can see how the bump is there. You know, the front deltoid takes up the space. So today's date stamp. Oh yes, okay. I'm gonna have to speed up here. So March 5th, 2026. Starting time at 3:35 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Maximum heart rate today was only 157, which you can see here. And I think that's because of how much popcorn I ate last night. So more carbs in the body, more energy. Just combination with the water. Feels good. Felt different today. So, you know, as you can see, my average heart rate 111. So for all those numbers people is out there. And tomorrow is Feel It Friday. Should be a doozy. I'm going to be playing with the cards. Tune in tomorrow for another episode of Unlock Your Bioenergy. I'm Gordon. Have a good night.